I'm left wondering why it took Sylvester Stallone so long to demonstrate his mastery of the gangster role after seeing Tulsa King. In Tulsa King, Stallone plays Dwight Manfredi, a capo from a New York City mafia who was recruited to establish his own criminal enterprise in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Another huge hit for Stallone is Tulsa King, which is also one of the finest series on Paramount. Although I like Stallone and Tulsa King, the program has also brought to light a really murky aspect of the actor's career. Actor Sylvester Stallone is among Hollywood's most renowned figures. Because to his work on the Rambo trilogy and Rocky, he has become a symbol in the sports and action genres. Despite the fact that Stallone's greatest films frequently rule their genre, Tulsa King has allowed him to enter a new one, the criminal genre. Even though there are many great performers in this genre, such Denzel Washington, Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, I can't help but wonder why Stallone didn't get into it sooner, especially given how excellent he is in Tulsa King. In a nutshell, Tulsa King is maybe Sylvester Stallone's finest gangster role to date, if not his best performance period. I get the impression that Stallone was destined to play a gangster after watching him portray Dwight. Stallone has everything a good mobster needs. He exudes charisma that can win over both allies and foes. He can play an imposing and terrifying character in tense situations, and he's almost perfect at demonstrating how significant and strong Dwight is. Not only has Stallone given one of his most poignant and adaptable performances in years, but Tulsa King has also allowed me to glimpse a side of the actor that I don't often get to witness. But Stallone benefits from the program just as much as Tulsa King does. A few standout moments have occurred, like as the conclusion of Tulsa King Season 2, Episode 3, in which Stallone was able to portray some amazing mobster sequences. Stallone has demonstrated that he can pull off a gangster scenario just as effectively as actors like De Niro or Pacino, regardless of whether the program has him in a shootout with a rival gang or an attempted hit. In fact, Tulsa King is so terrific that it makes me question why, in the height of his fame, Stallone never ventured into the criminal genre. Although Stallone's portrayal of a mobster in Tulsa King is undoubtedly his most recent, he has portrayed mafiosos before. Over the years, Stallone has portrayed a number of mob figures in movies such as Oscar, Fist, Avenging Angelo, and Get Carter. But the majority of those movies fell short of showcasing Stallone's gangster skills. Prior to Tulsa King, Stallone's highest Rotten Tomatoes score for a criminal production was 13%, with the exception of Fist, which was quite well regarded. With the exception of one very special case, Stallone's gangster roles have all been in drab films. The fact that Stallone never portrayed a mobster in the conventional sense is another issue with his earlier crime films. While Stallone played a mafia bodyguard in the action comedy Avenging Angelo, Fist portrayed him as a blue-collar worker who controlled his trucking union like a mob. Not even the two films in which Stallone portrayed respectable criminals belonged to the crime genre. Get Carter was more of an action movie about revenge than a crime picture, and Oscar was a comedy. Tulsa King merely goes to show that Stallone can portray a fantastic mobster given the correct screenplay. Watching Sylvester Stallone in Tulsa King has been a lot of fun, but it also brings to light something that really disappoints me. Sylvester Stallone had the potential to be one of the greatest criminal actors of all time. Stallone has proven throughout his career that he has the acting chops to portray a mobster, as evidenced by Tulsa King, and, to some extent, Fist. The name Stallone would be as synonymous with mafia films as Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, Al Pacino, or any other great if he had begun acting in the genre earlier and accepted jobs in better films. I believe that Stallone's abilities have been plundered from the criminal genre for decades, especially because he had the potential to tell some amazing stories that other actors would not have been able to. For the most of his career, Stallone's power and physique were well known. He might have portrayed a mafia leader who doubled as his own muscle, and he could have had a special place in the criminal genre. It's unfortunate that we'll never get to witness how fantastic a young Stallone would have been in a Martin Scorsese film.